Hello, I am Ashok Subramanian. I'm very happy to connect with you through this video. The topic that we are going to discuss now is how do you deal with difficult situations at workplace and difficult people in workplace. When you join an organization, you carry a lot of hope, positivity, and a great attitude towards the company, a lot of motivation. But over the years, slowly this motivation starts fading away. Somehow you land up in difficult situations or sometimes with difficult people that it not only affects your productivity, but also it eats your health. It eats your happy experiences of life, that you carry a lot of tension to workplace and a lot of tension to your home. So, how do you get out of this situation? Obviously, if you have the right emotional mastery, you will be able to tackle any situation very diligently. So, how do you achieve that kind of emotional mastery is what we are going to focus now in our discussion. So, I'm going to draw some useful NLP tools which can help you to handle such situations and tackle such people in your workplace. So the first tool or the first tip that I'm going to share with you is the NLP principle. The map is not the territory. So what does this mean? When I say map, I mean your understanding. When I mean territory, I mean reality. So for example, if I ask you to describe the problem that you have, that you are experiencing in a situation, in a difficult situation, whatever you are going to describe, you're going to say that, okay, this man is becoming is becoming like a villain, and he is torturing this innocent people, or he is insulting certain people, or you're feeling as a victim in the situation helpless. So whatever your understanding of this problem is not actually the reality. I mean, it's hard to believe, but this is one of the ways by which you can keep up your learning space. So if I think whatever is my understanding of the problem is what is happening out there in the reality, then it is very difficult for me to look at the reality in a different perspective. So often our mind doesn't focus on what is happening in the way it is happening. It always makes a story out of it. And then that story is what we carry in our head. So when you realize that the story that you carry in your head is your story, and everybody in the situation can carry a different form of the story in their own heads. So the difficult person that you're talking about could be your colleague, could be your boss, could be your spouse. They can also carry a different story in their head, and because of which they would be acting in the way that they are acting. So let's see, what is a difficult situation? A difficult situation is one where there are multiple players involved in the situation and they are not letting each other perform at their best. This is what we call as a difficult situation. So somebody in the situation is feeling very congested, or maybe not just one, couple of people in the situation is feeling congested and they are mentally taxing each other. This is what we describe as a difficult situation. So if you want to negotiate such a situation, the first thing that I would encourage you to reflect upon is your understanding of the situation complete? So by this NLP principle, what we try to explain is anyone's understanding of reality is incomplete. So if I understand what is happening around me, I often choose to look at the information in a partial way. So there are three things that we do whenever we are trying to learn what is happening around us. One is deletion, two is distortion, and third is generalization. So what is deletion? Deletion is when I tend to take certain information and tend to delete certain information from what is happening around me. That is called as deletion. So for example, yesterday I went to the market and most of the shops were open. So when I make this statement, what is the information that I deleted? Yesterday when I went to the market, I found most of the shops open. So what is that information that I have not given to you in this situation? So the information, at what time I went to the market, I have not said. So if I had thought it was in the evening, maybe you would have thought it was in the morning, because I go to the market in the evening and maybe you go to the market in the morning. So likewise, when I am going to the market, when I am looking at what is happening in the market, I may tend to delete certain information available in the market itself. I would have gone to one area of my city and I would have thought most of the areas are open. Maybe not. Only some areas are open, some areas are not. But I make an impression based on what I see and then I generalize the whole thing. So deletion is about leaving out certain information from what is happening. Distortion is about how I misunderstand what is happening. I look at certain situation, but I tend to misunderstand them. I don't look at it in the way it is happening. I slightly make a meaning which will suit my story. So for example, if I am a very positive person, I will go to the market and I will see all the shops opening and I will immediately feel, oh, all the COVID-19 pessimism is going away. People are coming back. The economy is going to jump back. Whereas, if I am a pessimist and I am going to the market, I will look at the market and say, Hare, most of the shops are just opened. Some of them are closed, but I don't know whether it will stay like this. So I will slightly add a negative meaning to what I am perceiving. And generalization, I would tend to generalize what is happening in before my eyes as what is happening around the world. I would say, oh, my market is open, so the entire Tamil Nadu, entire country is going to be open. Or opposite. If I am going to think about negativity, I will also go in that mold.